Peace, love, and light, guys. What's going on? It's your girl, Crystal, the Raw Spiritual Guru, coming through. Thank you for tuning into the IC. So we have a very positive pick a card today. This is dealing with self-love, self-appreciation. So this pick a card is, what should you appreciate about you? So the person that's watching this, what should you appreciate about yourself? What should you appreciate about yourself more? Like, what is it that you might take for granted but might really, really be something of value, of nature? Something that you can use in your everyday life that can enhance you. Something you might even need to hear, right? All right, so we have 4 piles. The pile number 1 is the key. Pile number 2 is the symbol. The Pile number 3 is the letter Q. And pile number 4 is the rose charm. So pile number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Take a minute to meditate on which pile you would like to choose, but we're going to get started. All right. So everyone that chose the key, pile number 1, if you chose the key, it could mean that you might have a lot of opportunities coming for you that's going to be opening up for you in your life. You could hold the key to someone's heart, or someone could hold the key to your heart. And yeah, so what you should appreciate about you, just with choosing this key, is you should appreciate that you have people always remember you. So you have lasting relationships with people, even if you don't talk to them. You're always remembered. So a lot of people hold you in their heart still. That's another message that you might have, right? So let's get started with your pile. You have the Ace of Waters. You have the 5 of Fires, which is the 5 of Wands. You have the 10 of Waters, which is the 10 of Cups. You have Workaholic. You have Magician and the Mirror. And then you have Wealth. All right, so what you should appreciate about you, pile number 1, is that you are a very hard worker. Some people could look at it as being a workaholic, but you are the type of person that just like to keep all your things aligned. When it comes to a comfortable life, you want to have that, whoever chose pile number 1. So you will appreciate working hard, because you will appreciate hard work equaling results. You appreciate the results of your hard work. You could be very creative with this workaholic card. You could be very creative. You could be a painter or into the arts. You know how to utilize your creativity to get money, as well as you know how to utilize your creativity to create bonds. Whoever chose pile number 1. So you should also appreciate your loving energy. So you have heavy water or fire in your chart. You could be one of those signs, or just have heavy water or fire in your chart. So you have the Ace of Cups as well as the 10 of Cups. So you are very abundant as well. So you need to appreciate what you currently have. Be more grateful for what it is that you have in your life. Although you have this workaholic card, and sometimes people see workaholics as not being appreciative of what it is that they have, or not being appreciative of not being appreciative of what is that they have, so that's why they keep working. And it's not even the case. Workaholics sometimes like comfortability. They want to make sure they never have to struggle. So you're the type of person that appreciate abundance. So appreciate the abundance within. You have a lot of abundance. A lot of things come to you. A lot of blessings happen for you. You might have a lot of luck as well. But it looks as though that you are very fruitful. You're very loving. A lot of people, if you're not already in a relationship with someone or married, it's like a lot of people like you or want that with you, or can see that future with you. Like they look at you as an abundant partner, like someone that can embody the love that they need, the strength that they need, the will, the courage, the loyalty. They look at you as that. So appreciate your loving quality, your abundant quality, your resilient quality. This card says a content and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. And another thing, appreciate the relationships that you have with yourself as well as with others. It says trustworthy relationship. A lot of people appreciate that about you. They feel like they can trust you. A lot of people appreciate that about you. So that's what you need to appreciate about you, that you know how to form relationships, not only relationships but trusting relationships with people. You may have a family already and you might be the head of that family. So appreciate the fact that you are taking care of home, taking care of business, taking care of your family, doing what it is that you got to do in order to have the life that you want, especially at home. And you have the Ace of Cups. So this is basically your cup is overflowing with love. Like you are a very loving person, whoever chose this pile. And even if you feel like you're not loving, you have a lot of love to give within. So maybe you need to journal to try to heal any wounds that you have, to figure out how you can reawaken the love that you have within, because you have a lot of love to give. With this Ace of Waters here, it says falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. So you have enhanced intuition, and then you have the Magician and the Mirror. So you have another thing you need to appreciate about yourself, pile number one, is that you are a manifester or a magician or into the arts, but you tend to have a lot of things happening for you, or you tend to make a lot of things happen for you. You are very spiritual, and if you don't feel like you're spiritual, or if you feel like you didn't tap into your spirituality yet, or you haven't tapped into that yet, then just know that you are able to manifest your deepest desires, your reality. You have the power to manifest your reality. Power number one. You need to try to find a way to embody that, learn it, and push forward and utilize it in your life, because you are a manifester. You're a magician. You can make things happen if you choose to. People like falling in love with you. They feel like you're easy to fall in love with. You're very spiritual. They like to be around you. Another thing you should appreciate is maybe you're working hard to get a new home, or you just bought a new home. You're looking for a new home or a new place, a new apartment. So you should appreciate your hard workness as well as wealth you have here. So you should appreciate the fortune that you already have. You have a lot of abundance. Abundance comes to you effortlessly. Even if you don't feel like it do. If you take some time out and really look at your life and see what you have, you will understand how the abundance truly flow for your life. You are wealthy. And wealthy isn't just finances. Wealthy is health. Wealthy is love. It's your body, how you care for yourself, how you care for others, what you have in your life. Wealth is the 10 of Waters, fulfillment, a happy life fulfilled. So pile number one, overall what I'm showing is that you are an awesome person. I show that what you should appreciate about yourself is you're very loving. You have a lot of love to give. A lot of people love you. A lot of people feel as though that you work hard for what it is that you want. you also should appreciate that you are a hard worker and you're very resilient and you go after everything that you want. You should also appreciate the fact that you are very spiritual and you have the ability to manifest your desires as well as your reality. You are very wealthy. You are abundant. You are resilient. And you are loving. All right, pile number 1. So if that resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And also make sure you check out my website for my rings, jewelry, metaphysical things. You know, the website link is below. Thank you. Peace. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 2, the Om charm, this is going to be your pile. And before we get started with that, please make sure you guys check out my website for the rings, the wands, the crowns, anything for your metaphysical and holistic needs. www.rootsoflife123.com. Website is in the link below. You have the Knight of Water. You have the Two of Earth. You have the Nine of Earth. You have forgiveness. You have compassion. And you have attachment. So those who chose pile number 2, what you should appreciate about yourself, pile number 2, is that you are a very loving energy as well. Similar to pile number 1, it was loving energy, but you're a very loving energy, pile number 2. You may be an earth sign or a water sign, or you could have those heavy in your chart. But I show that with this Knight of Water being here, Knight of Water, it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love, or wedding proposal, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So with that being said, it looks as though that what you should appreciate about you is that a lot of people like you. So a lot of people like to be around you, maybe in your energy. A lot of people feel as though that you are easy to love, or that they may want to see a future with you. When it comes to love, you might have gotten wedding proposals. You might have been engaged. You might be engaged. You might even be married. It's a possibility because you're easy to love. But you're also, you had the Nine of Earth, so you also could be single. So I'm showing it's like a dual energy. Since I'm reading for a lot of people, take what resonate. So you could either be all this, or you could be single, because you have the Nine of Earth energy here, and that's usually the single card. But a lot of people feel as though that they like to be around you, so you might get a lot of invitations to go out or hang out with people or go to different events and things like that. You could be very romantic or emotional. So that could also be what you should appreciate about yourself, because a lot of people don't really feel that emotions or that romance from others, you know what I'm saying? So like they appreciate that with you. But even you just being your genuine self, that's something that you should appreciate about yourself. You usually do take your time to make decisions and choices. You might have some type of juggling energy, but you usually juggle what you're able to juggle, with this Two of Earth being on the board. You juggle, but you only juggle what you're able to juggle. So what you should appreciate about you is, because you contemplate things, although you might be juggling, you only juggle what makes sense. Because this has too much going on, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So like I said, you might have a lot of things going on, but you sit and contemplate what is best for you and what's best for your life and things like that. So just being able to be a thinker and separate certain things, as far as from importance to least importance, is also something that you should appreciate about yourself. Because although you might have a lot of things going on at once, you know how to juggle it to find balance usually. So you could be really rooted and grounded as well with this earth energy being here. You have the Nine of Earth. It says enjoying life's little luxury, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So another thing you should be appreciative about you is you might be really resilient when it comes to what it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. So maybe you might be an entrepreneur or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. You might have side hustles. You might try to have self-employment, but you usually be very successful at the things it is you put your mind to. You feel as though that you enjoy life. You like to enjoy life. So you might take time out to do self-healing or self-love, or self-love could be any practice, from going to the hair shop to the nail shop and things like that, or whatever. So you might take the time out to focus on yourself. So that's another thing you need to appreciate, because not many people do that. And by doing that, it helps heal. So you also might like to be by yourself. So that could also be something that you appreciate about yourself. You know when to separate yourself from the crowd. You know when to spend time by yourself and enjoy what it is that you need to enjoy. So, you have forgiveness, compassion, and attachments, right? So these two energies is different than this one. With the attachment being here, I'm showing that what you need to appreciate is, if you look at attachment, you see her chained to the pole and she has a mask on her face, a mask in her hand and her face there. So what is it that... All right, so what I'm showing from this reading is, maybe you've been through situations in your past or even presently that made you feel like you were bound to it, right? That made you feel like you was wearing a mask, and that you couldn't really be yourself. Maybe you had to overcome things, like maybe addictions or abuse of some kind, something that was meant to keep you back and down. Maybe you went through that. But with attachment being here, what you should appreciate about yourself is that you're an overcomer and you know how to forgive. You're an overcomer. So a lot of things that may have happened in your life may have been dark, but if you see this person's aura, it's still white, meaning that they are still protected. It's just about free will. So what choice are you freely making? Free will. What choice are you freely making? So you might have been through a lot of things in your life. You might have went through a lot of trials and tribulations where you had to utilize forgiveness, and you had to forgive yourself most of all. You learned what compassion is. You learned that compassion is different from empathy and sympathy. And that sometimes you have to just show the world who you are and be okay with the outcome. So you might have a lot of things hidden, or you might put a mask on a lot to hide who you are. But what you should appreciate is that you still are an overcomer, because even though you might have been in this energy, you're not living in this energy, or you no longer want to be in this energy. It's like you're ready to release, forgive, and just allow things to happen as it is. So overall energy for pile number 2 is, what you should appreciate about yourself is that you are a lover. You are a very romantic person, very emotional, very logic. You might juggle with life or juggle throughout life with a lot of things, but you still are an overcomer, and you know how to find balance within your juggles. You may be in a relationship or you may be single, but either way, a lot of people feel like they can fall in love with you. They appreciate your loving energy, your openness. They appreciate you. They appreciate your hard workness and being able to succeed at what it is that you want in your life, as well as finding time to reflect and some alone space. They appreciate that you may have went through certain trials and tribulations in your life, but it made you more open to forgiveness as well as compassion. So for those that chose pile number 2, this was your message. I hope it resonated, and if so, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Okay, so those of you that chose pile number 3, the Q, it's going to be your reading. So your name could be, you can have a Q in your initials. Somebody coming to you can have a Q in their initials. So that's, that could be one or the other. We have the 10 of fire, the 2 of fire, the 3 of air. We have 3rd chakra, Archangel Samuel. We have illusions. We have mysticism. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 3, you can either be a fire sign or an air sign. You don't necessarily have to be, but those are the signs that I'm seeing on the board, or you can have those signs in your chart. We got the 10 of fire, which is the 10 of wands, the 2 of wands, and then the 3 of air. Okay, so pile number 3, you must be an overcomer, honey, or hun, because pile number 3, with the 10 of fires being here, the 10 of wands is usually like burdens, right? So what you should appreciate about you is that you are an overcomer. It's like you had a lot of things in your life that was just meant to break you. You had a lot of things in your life that was just meant to break you. It says too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. So you had a lot of things that was meant to break you, pile number 3. And you overcame them. With the burdens, it's like you understand that certain people in your life may be burdensome, right? But even with that being said, it's like you still try to offer help. And what you do is you put on too many burdens on yourself. So it's just really knowing when to, with you just need to find balance, because you always offering a helping hand, which is a good thing, but sometimes it overshadows your needs, right? So what you need to appreciate about you is you are very helpful, but sometimes you overextend your help to others when you need to actually put that energy into self. With the 2 of fires here, it says you've come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. So with the 2 of wands, like what you also need to appreciate about yourself is that you are a thinker. You always try to think about what it is that you want to do, what moves you're going to make, where you're going to be at in life. You always you're not quick to act. It's like you're very logical in a sense. So you may have different how can I say it? You may have different businesses, or you might have something that might be coming up in your future where you might have to sign a contract or be in a partnership business with someone. Or if you're doing anything with legal though, just make sure you get that checked and double checked. But even with this being on the board, that's the type of person that you are in general. Like, what you need to appreciate about yourself is that you're responsible. Okay. You, always make sure you always know how to make sure you come into your own. You know how to continue to move forward. You don't let things hold you back or hold you down too long, not even heartbreaks, right? Because the 10 of air is usually like the heartbreak card. It says great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. So what you need to appreciate about you, like I said, you're an overcomer. It's like you had burden after burden that was meant to keep you down, but instead you overcame it. You put yourself back into a plan and thinking state, and you say, you know what, time to plant the seeds to move on to my next future. I can't keep being in this stagnant energy of pain and burdens. The only thing I can do is move forward in my life, try to gain new partnerships or new business with others, come into my own, learn who I am, utilize my powers within my spiritual skills, mysticism, manifest your reality, utilizing the spiritual skills that you have inside to manifest your reality of who you are and where you want to be, as well as this Archangel Shamel, your solar plex chakra. This is the chakra that you utilize to manifest as well. Your creativity chakra, your solar plex chakra, how you like harness the energy within to manifest your reality. With this illusion being here, the illusion is basically symbolizing the pain and burdens that you went through with this 10 of fire as well as the 3 of airs. So what the illusions is being here is you should appreciate the fact that you are an overcomer, because you know that certain things come into your life to create illusions to keep you in a stuck stagnant energy, and instead of you staying in this pain energy, you know how to be resilient and move forward with this 2 of fire being here, because you know the power of manifestation. Even if you don't use it, you might just be looking into it more. You know the power of basically trying to keep your mind in a healthy mental state and utilizing your thoughts to move you in life with manifestation. So overall, I'm showing for pile number 3, what you need to appreciate about you, pile number 3, is that you are an overcomer. You're very resilient. Things that was put into your path was meant to break you, and you overcame them. You are very spiritual if you take the time to really like look within and know thyself. If you haven't, but if you are already on your spiritual journey, you are very spiritual. You possess such a strong power to manifest your reality if you choose to. Okay. You might be psychic as well. Okay. You don't allow illusions to keep you stuck and stagnant. You kind of face illusions and look at them for what they are versus what they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see pain for what pain is. You see burdens for what burdens is, instead of masking them as, something else. You see things for what they are. So that's another thing you need to appreciate about yourself. Okay. You're very strong-willed, and you won't allow anything to keep you down. You only know how to keep going forward and keep pushing through. All right, pile number 3. Just please make sure you check out my website for the rings and things, you know what I'm saying? But the link is below. But that was your reading, pile number 3. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So for those that chose pile number 4, the rules, this is going to be your reading. You have the Queen of Air, the Knight of Air, the 9 of Air, the Page of Air, you have 7 chakra, Archangel Uriel. See all that purple? That right there is your 3rd eye. You have friendship, and you have prayer. So I just always gotta go off of what's screaming to me. So I see colors. So you have the purple and you have yellow, heavy. So that's going to be your 3rd eye chakra and your solar plex. You might want to either get crystals for those, any yellow stones, any purple stones. Solar plex, a good one is citrine, and a good one is amethyst. Bloop, there you go. Amethyst and citrine. I just created something for you. If you guys want me to put that piece together for you, DM me, inbox me, leave a comment below. I would be happy to do so. But whoever chose pile number 4, those energies you need to focus on. You might also be an air sign, pile number 4, because I show air heavy in this reading. Okay. I see some really beautiful energy for pile number 4. So let's just start talking about it. What you need to appreciate about yourself is pile number 4, you have very beautiful energy, okay? Just simple as that. You just have such a beautiful energy, pile number 4. You have the Queen of Airs, the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and then the Page of Swords, right? So you're very communicative as well. You usually always speak your truth, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes your words can kind of get you into situations that might not be the best for you, but you don't really try to attack with your words. Sometimes it could just come off as that, right? With this Queen of Air being here, she's independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in situations. You have the Nine of Air, expecting the words, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. And you have the Page of Airs, logical, honest, impulsive, curious, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tech. Okay, so what you should appreciate about you, pile number 4, is that you are very independent. I show that you are very independent. You are very independent. You know how to stand on your own, pile number 4. It's like sometimes you feel like you don't need anybody or anything. Like you rather go on your own and get things done versus have to wait for anybody. You know how to clear your energy as well, pile number 4. When you know that someone is no longer serving you in your life, you are okay and quick to cut them right out of it, okay? You don't play when it comes to who you allow in your life. You might have had some burdens in your life as well that might keep you up all night and keep you in the stuck stagnant energy, as far as like in your mind, sleepless nights. You might have had something that may have pained you or worried you, but even with that, you're still realistic about things. You know how to look at the humor in certain situations and take breaks and rest when you need to. You could be very honest as well, yet impulsive, right? So what you just need to appreciate about yourself is that you are very honest and very logical when it comes to things. You may have an impulsive nature where you can kind of be distasteful at times when you deliver messages. But I believe with that's probably your realistic nature, because it's like you can't be nobody but yourself. This is what I'm getting from this pile. You can't be nobody but yourself, this pile. So sometimes when you say certain things, it might come out as an ill intent or mean, but that's not necessarily what you really meant with that, right? With this seventh chakra Archangel Uriel being here, I'm showing that you might also be very intuitive. That's your crown chakra. So you might be very spiritual, highly spiritual, very intuitive, right? So you also need to appreciate the fact that you're in tune. You can be in tune with self if you're not. You have the ability to be in tune with self. Work on your crown chakra more. I know I said the third eye and the solar plex, but if you want to be more in tune with your spirit and yourself, the crown chakra definitely would be best for you, and selenite would be a good crystal for you as well for that. It protects your aura as well as heightens your crown chakra. But I'm showing that you can be very intuitive, you could be very spiritual. You kind of have that no factor. Like sometimes in your life you be like, I just know, okay? What you also need to appreciate about yourself is, like I was saying, about the crown, you got crown and prayer. So what you also need to appreciate about yourself is that you are spiritual. Okay, you might pray a lot, you might pray and ask your source for whatever it is that you're asking for, and you know, you have a relationship with spirit. So I'm showing that you have a relationship with spirit, and that's what you need to be appreciative about yourself with. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like that about you. They like to be around you. You might be very vocal in your spirit life. People like to hear what you have to say. They like to tune in. You help people in more ways than you even know. Then you also have friendship here. So what you need to appreciate about yourself is a lot of people either see you as a friend or want to be your friend, or even appreciate the friendships and bonds that you have built with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people like the fact that you have a strong bond with them, and they like the fact that they see you as a friend. You have strong friendships, even if you feel like you don't, maybe you don't even keep in contact with certain people anymore, but others see you still as a strong friend, a strong presence in their life, right? So that's what I'm showing for pile number 4. So your overall message, pile number 4, before we go into the overall message, I gotta cut into your message. Please make sure you visit my website and support your girl for any of the rings, the wands, your magical needs, herbs, whatever you need holistically. Okay, the website is below in the description box. But your overall message, pile number 4, is that what you should appreciate about yourself is that you're a realistic person, you're very witty and independent, you're very honest and logical. A lot of people like the fact that you're an overcomer. You know when to take time out to heal any type of issues that you have with self. You know how to pray about any type of pain or issues that you might have, or people around you that might have. You are kind of a light worker for others, and you don't even know that about yourself. You know how to clear things away that no longer serve you, and you know how to see the good in situations as well as the bad, right? You are a strong friend to a lot of people, and a lot of people like the fact that you are spiritual, and that you can you're easy to talk to about spiritual works and prayers and things like that. So that's what I'm showing that you need to appreciate about yourself, pile number 4. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace, loves.